Now it's time to break it.
Welcome back to the SplitScreeners podcast. My name is Nick, joined as always by my co-host Zach.
What's up, guys?
Gavin.
Yo.
And Aaron.
I think the rock star's starting to kick in.
Today's episode, we're going to focus on sports.
No way.
Any of you guys?
Tonight's episode.
Any of you guys ever played sports?
Yeah.
Yeah. Real sports?
Yeah, real sports.
Tons.
Okay.
Real sporty sports.
Yeah, absolutely. After a long day of playing sports, you know what you need to rehydrate? Gatorade. Today's episode is sponsored by Gatorade. Replenish those electrolytes.
Nope. Not sponsored. Not yet.
We can get in a lot of trouble for saying that.
Plants crave. Gatorade, it's what plants crave.
Electrolytes.
But that's what it would look like if we were sponsored.
Okay.
We can get in trouble for that. Dumbass laws.
Whatever, we're sponsored by PewDiePie.
How are we doing in our rankings?
Not great.
Not great.
Oh, I'm doing great.
You're losing now.
Oh, I know I won one of them. I saw that shit.
I had some breathing room the last time we voted, so
That is correct, but all these games were worth 2 points. As of last week, the standings were Zach at 41. Aaron had 35 right. I had 32. Gavin had 25. For the games that happened last week, Cincinnati beat Las Vegas. That was everybody but Zach. That got a point for that one.
2 points.
2 points. Buffalo beat New England, which was Aaron and Gavin. They both got 2 points for that one. Tampa Bay beat Philadelphia, which means Zach, Aaron, and I got 2 points. San Francisco beat Dallas. Nope.
Zach
stole San Francisco from me.
And
Oh, that's right, you fucker.
No, I said San Francisco
So
first.
Zach and Gavin got 2 points.
Because you knew I always go San Francisco.
The Kansas City Chiefs beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. That gives Gavin and Aaron 2 more points. I don't think I had marked those yet. I have not. Wait, maybe I have.
Zach's always pissing me off taking my picks.
So I might just barely still be in the lead.
And then Gavin.
Only on those ones where I refused to vote the same as you, even though it was my team.
If
And
we
then-
both move the same, I'm still in the lead.
The Los Angeles Rams
That's why I switch.
beat the Arizona Cardinals. Zach,
Everybody.
Aaron, and I got points for that one. So, that does bring us to an interesting point.
Are we tied?
Aaron got 10 points last week. 5 out of the 6 games, right? Which is pretty fucking impressive,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Good
That
job.
puts you up to 45 points.
And I would have had all 6 had Zach not fucked me out of my own team.
If you could make up your own mind and not feel bad about picking the same teams I do.
Zach and I, actually, no. Gavin got 8, so Gavin got 4 games correct. That puts Gavin's total up to 33. Zach and I both got 3 games right. That's 6 points apiece. That puts me at 38. That puts Zach at 47, because I can't count. So at this moment, we still have 4 games this week, 2 games next week, Super Bowl next week, so that's 7 games. That's the chance for 14 more points, which means it's still anybody's game. Gavin would have to hope that Zach got all of them wrong, and he would have to get all of them
We're
right.
not going escalating points. Like,
Maybe
so now
we
we're
will.
since
Maybe
we're
we
at
will.
4 now,
3
it's 3 points worth.
Maybe we'll do 3 points.
3 and then 4 and then the
Keeps
Super
it
Bowl's like
interesting.
5
So
points.
Zach's at 47, Aaron's at 45, I'm at 38, Gavin's at 33. We're gonna get right into predictions for this week's
I
game.
already have my fucking predictions right here. I did research.
We are going to start again, just like last week, and we're gonna get games. We aren't gonna get any games on Monday like last week, but we do get games on Saturday and Sunday. First game is gonna be Cincinnati Bengals versus the Tennessee Titans, and it's in Tennessee. I already know who Gavin's taking for this one. I would assume the Titans.
Unfortunately, no. Bengals.
Gavin's gonna
they're
go with
predicted.
the Bengals.
They're
I'm gonna go
predicted to go a
Titans.
little bit
I'm
better.
going to do Bengals.
Zach is going Bengals? What the fuck? What the fucking fuck?
What happens when you try writing on a blanket?
I was writing on my phone.
Oh.
Aaron and I are going Titans, so we are split right down the middle here. The Titans are the best team in the AFC. They were the 1 seed. They didn't play last week. Because of that, they got a bye week, so they could rest up a little bit. Their star running back, Derrick Henry, is finally back after missing the last half of the season with an injury. He is in my opinion, the best running back in football. So if he is back near full strength, that's going to give Tennessee a huge boost. They're playing at home. I think Tennessee takes it, but I think it should be a very, very
The
fun
entire reason I picked Bengals is because of Cat.
that one was close. But I know you like the Titans.
I wanted to go Titans, but I've been doing a whole theme this whole fucking season.
In the NFC, same thing. The Green Bay Packers were the 1 seed, so they got a bye week last week. So we have the 49ers, who we just talked about, beat the Cowboys last week, getting to Green Bay to face the Packers.
Oh, it's Niners
49ers.
Packers.
Make up your own mind.
I did. Now I gotta rethink it.
Well, you got a 50-50 shot.
Well, technically,
I gotta go Niners.
Okay.
Even though the Packers have been doing better.
Yeah, again, this comes down for a couple reasons. I think that this is a good matchup on paper because I think the Niners run the ball really well, and that's kind of the Packers' weakness. But Packers have been statistically the best team in football this season. It's in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers has been playing great. The rest of his offense has been playing great. And with that week off, I think that Green Bay takes it. But, as we proved last week, I'm usually wrong. So those are both of our 1 seeds. So Tennessee is playing the Bengals, who I think was the 4 seed. The Packers are playing the Niners, who I want to say were the 5 seed. So then we have the Rams at the Buccaneers. Tommy Bean.
I want to say this is the year he does not go to Super Bowl, so Rams.
Wait, which one is it?
Rams at Buccaneers.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Rams.
go Bucks.
The Rams are the favorite, isn't it?
So the Buccaneers are probably favored, but because they are at home and they do have Tom Brady. But it's a close call. Yeah.
I want Rams.
Alright. I'm also going Rams. And is this partially because I have a bias towards Tom Brady? Absolutely. 100%.
I've basically gone for the Buccaneers every time this year, but I feel like this is that time where I would be wrong.
Does this also
Animals.
play out that my favorite player in NFL history plays for the Rams now, and I want to see him win a Super Bowl and Von Miller? Absolutely. The Rams looked good last week against the Cardinals. They decimated the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals, who up until week 9 or 10, 8, 9, or 10, somewhere in there, were the only undefeated team left in football. Mm-hmm. I mean, they were playing good football to start the season, and the Rams handed them their ass, man. I hope the Rams win. It's not that I don't want to see certain players win a Super Bowl, because I think that that's what it's going to come off like. I don't care if Tom Brady wins in the Super Bowl. What I want is something different. We've seen Buccaneers and Chiefs. They played last year. Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl. Great. Wonderful. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
I want to see something different. It'd be cool to see the Titans and the Rams in the Super Bowl. That's something that
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I haven't seen in my lifetime since I've been watching football. Or the 49ers coming out as the 5th seed and ending up going to the Super Bowl against the Bills. That'd be fun.
Were they in the Super Bowl in recent history?
The 49ers went 2012 against the Ravens.
That's the game I was thinking
Yeah. And they
of. I
lost
got
that game.
way too drunk at that
We
game.
got one more, yeah?
We got one more. The Sunday night game. The Buffalo Bills at the Kansas City Chiefs.
Chiefs.
The Bills.
You're going to glare at me again, Aaron?
No. I've got no stake in this one. I'm gonna go Bills.
I'm also on Bills. Again, same thing. It's the same thing with the Buccaneers. It's not that I don't want to see Patrick Mahomes win another one because I know Patrick Mahomes is great. But again, just like with the Rams, the Bills put an ass whooping on the Patriots last week. The Bills looked like one of the best teams in football last week.
But does that last?
That's the question, and they're going up against what is arguably the best offense in football with Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, and I mean the Chiefs are stacked. This should be a shootout realistically. I'm hoping for a game that 38-35
Like a nice close.
Yeah, I think that's what we
don't
could
know
be
who's
getting
going to
with
win the whole game.
Yeah. So, this is probably the game I'm most excited for this weekend. I think that this one has the potential to be the best game of the weekend. But I'm excited for all four. This is cool. The Bengals are a team that we haven't seen in the playoffs in a long time. Titans we've seen the last couple of years, but we haven't seen them really break through that barrier to potentially play for Super Bowl. 49ers have been decent, bad to decent since that Super Bowl run. Packers, we see them every year. Rams, they were just in the Super Bowl a couple years ago. The Rams played the Patriots a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Buccaneers, obviously, it's Tom Brady. Bills, team I haven't seen in the Super Bowl in a long fucking time. They lost 4 in a row back in the 90s. They went to 4 back-to-back Super Bowls. Lost all 4 of them. I don't think they haven't been back since, and then the Chiefs obviously were there. So it's cool to see some new teams in there. I'm hoping that we get new teams in the Super Bowl. Speaking of the Super Bowl, we did get a trailer, something that I haven't really ever seen the NFL do.
Not at that level.
Not to that level. For those of you that don't know, the NFL Super Bowl halftime show this year is going to be Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick Lamar, which I think is going to be probably the best halftime show of my life.
It's here. Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. 4 of those 5 I really like. I don't think I've ever really listened to Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige is pretty dope.
You know one of her songs
Probably.
with Kanye West and Lil Pump.
So let's see. I wanted to see some of these Super Bowls that we Super Bowl halftime shows that we've seen over the past couple years. See if we think this is gonna be better. So last year we had The Weeknd, who I thought put on a pretty good show overall.
I think it was one of the best
It was
shows
fun
in
and
recent
enjoyable.
memory.
I still think that this one has potential to be better. The year before that, we had Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. I don't even remember that halftime show.
Was that? No.
I remember thinking Shakira still looked kind of good.
Which one had the left shark? That was Miley Cyrus, wasn't it?
That was Katy Perry.
Katy
Katy
Perry,
Perry.
who was
Left shark.
2015. Maroon 5 was the year before that. Maroon 5 put on a good show.
Were they with the Red Hot Chili Peppers in that year?
I don't think so. Who was that? Oh no, it was Bruno Mars that was with the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I remember.
Justin Timberlake, I don't really remember that one either.
No.
Lady Gaga, that one was pretty good.
I do remember, yeah.
Coldplay was okay. Katy Perry, I liked the Katy Perry halftime show.
Yeah.
The thing that I remember the most though is the whole left shark, right shark thing.
Yeah, that was big for a while.
Still pops up every once in a while.
So I think that this has the potential to be one of the best Super Bowl halftime shows we've seen in a decade plus.
See, I have number 1 still reserved in my mind, and it'll probably never happen. But I want Metallica to do a halftime show one time.
I think it'll happen eventually.
Personally, I think
I don't.
I think
That'd
they
be
got
awesome.
these
Yeah,
people
that'd
and
be
did that whole did the whole trailer and everything because this is last year with COVID and everything, mostly gone. Well, last season, and this year things are opening back up. I think they're just trying to
blow it up.
just be
Make it
in the
big.
NFL,
because they're probably gonna have record attendance to Super Bowl regardless because everyone's like, oh my God, Super Bowl, I want to go, But
2020? You said 13 was the last.
On what?
Niners.
No.
I was like, I thought it had been more recent than 2013.
I think yeah.
San Francisco Chiefs.
damn.
2020.
Did we literally? I don't remember watching the Super
Nick
Bowl very.
skipped this year.
I must have, or I must have gotten hammered.
Both are likely.
That was last year's Super Bowl, right?
No, last
no.
year was Buccaneers Chiefs.
Okay,
This
because
is 2 years.
the last.
Weird, man.
I think the last.
I
year-
remember the Chiefs in that Super Bowl,
Yeah.
but I couldn't for the life of me
So,
remember who they played against. So yeah,
49ers.
Niners 2020.
2020.
Last year, I just remember I put my laptop up, had the game going, and played video games for a while.
last season was. Oh, I guess it wasn't last season. Well, no, it would have been last season, the 2021, the 2020
Were Broncos eliminated just before this, and you just got pissed and skipped it?
I just assumed it was probably
Denver
just,
wasn't in there in 2020. That's for damn sure.
I'm just assuming it was probably just COVID related, like just no one was. And
I don't know.
And
I
wasn't,
definitely would have watched it.
and wasn't this around the time when there was also like those strikes or something? Wasn't there player strikes or some shit recently? With
That was
COVID
the year
and
before.
that's right.
The Super Bowl halftime show. So last year, the NFL partnered with Jay-Z's brand management company, and I think that it was the Jay-Z brand management company that kind of set up this halftime show.
Mm-hmm.
And if this is what we can expect, I'm super fucking pumped for halftime shows. I think that this is going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully the game will be more memorable than that 2021 because obviously I don't remember shit from that Super Bowl. That's so
It was
weird.
halftime in 2020.
What? Did we go up to Tori's grandparents and then just like he had like the 3 or 4 TVs set up or something like that? I don't remember.
Shakira and Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, okay.
The Super Bowl halftime show, I don't remember.
Yeah, so you must have skipped it.
Yeah, I don't know.
We were hammered that year.
I had to have been. Okay. So, Niners win the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
I will still say it's not the most hammered we've been at a Super Bowl. I remember, I think we went we met my wife at the grocery store after a Super Bowl and I dropped spaghetti sauce all over a Walmart checkout and just shattered the bottle.
I will never forget the Broncos played the Ravens. It wasn't for the Super Bowl, it was just a playoff game. And the game was close all game, and we lost by a field goal in the second overtime. Game went into 2 overtime periods, and Brooks and I got trashed that night. We were very upset. Yeah, I'm just excited to see what can happen. If it turns out to be the Chiefs Buccaneers, obviously I'm gonna watch the game. I'm gonna find what team I'm gonna root for. I don't know what team that's gonna be yet.
Mm-hmm.
I did tell Braden is our resident Patriots fan. So obviously he likes Tom Brady. Tom Brady went to the Bucs. Braden was rooting for the Buccaneers and the Patriots. And I told him that I know in my brain I've rooted for the Patriots maybe 3 times in my entire life. The Patriots played the Eagles in the Super Bowl. I rooted for the Patriots that year because I just do not like the Eagles personally. And the Patriots lost. So I think that I'm a jinx to the Patriots. Every time I've rooted for them, they've lost. So I messaged in our group chat during that Patriots game, and I was like, my plan is working to perfection. Because I went for the Patriots last week, and the Bills ended up kicking their ass. And I was like, my plan is working. The Patriots are out of the playoffs.
As you get Tom Brady out of there.
That's what we're hoping for. Just a couple pieces of news. Nothing super, super big this week. Browns defensive tackle was arrested after a preschool went into lockdown because he was walking around naked near the preschool in Florida.
Stop it. Get some help.
That sounds
Why?
That sounds like crack.
Malik McDowell, 25, was charged with 1 count of aggravated battery on an officer, resisting arrest and public exposure after the NFL player was seen walking around several buildings naked and at one point appeared to lay down in the middle of the road, according to police records.
Yeah, that sounds like drugs.
Problem.
Like, or a real bad mental break.
Millions of dollars.
So
That's why I'm saying drugs.
I know.
Or mental break. Can you imagine how stressful that must be?
Especially if you don't have training to deal with all the fame all of a sudden like thrusted upon you.
And think of it like this. Imagine the job you do now, imagine you got paid millions of dollars for it, but you're expected to perform damn near
And you have-
perfect.
you have people-
every day.
you have people talking shit to you on the internet all day.
My mind goes down that road of trying to understand, and then I hit that roadblock of the big shiny contract with all the zeros on the bottom of it and the signature.
Realistically, the biggest thing to take away is that thankfully everybody was safe. Nothing
Yeah.
happened. He didn't do anything to himself.
Drunk
Obviously, he didn't
driving.
endanger anybody.
Besides
Hopefully, if it
exposing
was,
himself to kids,
Yeah.
which is an issue, but it doesn't sound
well,
like
and I
that
don't
was.
know if he exposed himself to kids.
Just he was near a
Yeah.
preschool, right? And it doesn't sound like he would like it. The way it read, it didn't sound like he like went there and was like, "Look at my dick,
Yeah.
kids," and then like ran off and
He was just kind of walking. So,
Captain Knuckle.
so no matter what it was, I don't know. Maybe you're right, and it was a mental thing, just a mental breakdown. Maybe it is drugs. Whatever it is, as I often like to say on here, T's and P's to Malik McDowell. Hopefully he gets help for whatever he's going through, whatever he's battling.
Oh, absolutely.
the Raiders played last week and they lost. After the game, not after the game. Tuesday, I want to say they fired their general manager, Mike Mayock. Obviously, they fired John Gruden earlier in the season after email surfaced. I think they're just kind of cleaning house. This is a team that they've been trying to build and work on, and they expected results from, and obviously they haven't lived up to those results. They lost in the wild card round this year. I don't know if he keeps his job if they win last week. I don't know if they were just like, when we're done, he's going to get fired. But I think it definitely didn't help that they lost, and they lost in the fashion that they did last week. Speaking of last week, and I should have brought this up when we were talking about the games. Officiating last week, referees were absolutely terrible. There was a play in the Raiders-Bengals game where the quarterback for the Bengals ran towards the sideline, jumped before he went out of bounds, threw the ball. His receiver caught it in the end zone. Should have been a touchdown, but the referee blew the whistle like their quarterback had stepped out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
And then they tried to tell us that the whistle came after the touchdown was scored, but in the video you can hear the whistle come before the receiver has the ball. And so that whole mistake was terrible. The Cowboys, at the end of the game, they were down 6. They were driving towards scoring a touchdown, hopefully, potentially winning the game. First of all, they call a quarterback. They have no timeouts left. I think there's 14 seconds or something like that left on the clock. Dak Prescott takes off down the field on a run, slides down, and they go to spike the ball. If you get in a center and you spike the ball, it stops the clock. So that's what they were hopefully going for. But first of all, you don't call a run play with 14 seconds left when you have no timeouts left.
Yeah.
Because 14 seconds is not a lot of time to get your whole team lined back up and snap that ball and spike the ball. But the referee has to touch the ball before the ball is snapped. It's just an NFL rule. I think it's a stupid rule. That is a ridiculous rule. This referee didn't move with the play. He just kind of stood back here where the play started. Then he decides to start running after the play is over. Runs through Dak Prescott in the center for the Dallas Cowboys so he can touch the ball, which ends up running all the time out on the clock. Had that not been a rule, they would have had 2 seconds. He would have spiked the ball. They probably have a shot to score a touchdown. The all around, it was a shit show. I know that the referees from that Bengals-Raiders game that made the mistake with the whistle, they are not going to referee any more games this season. I don't know about the refs from the Dallas Cowboys game. And again, like we talk about with NFL players, being a referee might be one of the few jobs on a football field that might be more intense than actually being a player.
Because you are the target of a lot of hate and scrutiny.
Yeah. Referees constantly get death threats in the mail and on the internet because people think that they screwed their team.
Yeah.
If your team lost, it's not a referee's fault. Your team should have played better. But
unless it's one of these occasions.
Unless it's like this. So, I don't know. It's frustrating. I feel bad for the teams that got screwed. The Raiders only lost by 7 points. So on that play where Joe Burrow runs out of bounds, realistically, if that whistle came early, the play should have been dead, and the Bengals don't score a touchdown there. That's the rule. If the referee blows the whistle, that means the play's dead and it can't go on. So that shouldn't have counted as a touchdown. If it doesn't count as a touchdown, maybe the Bengals only kick a field goal. They're only up by 3. The Raiders might have a shot to actually tie the game at that point. And then the Cowboys game, should have been able to snap that ball. They would have been on like the 26-yard line. Could have gone for a throw towards the end zone, maybe tied up or won that game. So it's got to be frustrating for the Cowboys and the Raiders especially, but you've got to tighten it up. That I think, and fans say this all the time, you need to get better officials, and I understand it's difficult. You've got a lot of games going. You've got a lot of these officials that you've got to trade up, but this stuff just cannot happen to these, especially to the fans and the players that have worked their ass off if you're the players, or if you're a fan. Like, if this was the Broncos, I'd be losing my fucking mind. I still talk about, in 2015, the Broncos played the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Joe Namath, the dude who flipped the coin, who played quarterback in the NFL for 10-plus years, caught the coin instead of letting it hit the ground. So they had to re-flip. I still think that he fucked the Broncos out of that game. Did we lose by 40 points? Yeah. Is it Joe Namath's fault? Yeah, because I think if he flips that coin right the first time, Broncos don't start with the ball, and potentially all that bad stuff doesn't happen.
Was that the year we had to leave you in the car for a little while?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was bad.
I was celebrating.
So yeah, just wild, and it can't happen. It can't happen to the players who've worked their ass off for 18 plus weeks, not including the off season. It can't happen to these fans that. I mean, if you're a fan of your football team, you live, breathe, bleed your football team, man, and I can't imagine how terrible Raiders fans feel and how terrible Dallas Cowboys fans feel.
I'm going to go work on Monday and ask.
All right. Yeah.
I got one Raiders fan who's actually my HR manager, so
That's hilarious.
trying not to talk too much
What
shit.
kind was it?
If you're playing football, I know we're gonna get into something lighter here. If you're playing football and you were to think of something that somebody would throw at you, an opposing team's fan was gonna throw at you from the stands.
I think I've heard this one. I'll let Aaron answer this
Aaron,
one.
what would you think would get thrown at you?
What's the question? Is it something weird?
So if you were on an opposing team, so in this case it's a Patriots player,
Okay.
got something thrown at him by a Bills player in the game. Or not a Bills fan. Bills fan. So a fan in the stands threw something at the Patriots player, hit him with it. What would you expect him to be hit by? Give me a couple things that you think that fan might have thrown and hit a player with.
A water bottle?
Nope. Got anything else?
Like realistic?
I read it,
things,
so
or-
I know.
I heard
It's not realistic. It is not what you would think.
It's what you'd think if you lived in Saints Row world.
Or if you
Oh,
worked.
true. Yeah.
Oh, a dildo?
Yeah.
Wasn't it a dildo or something like that?
Yeah, so Kendrick Bourne, Patriots receiver, was talking some shit to the fans at the stadium. And apparently someone in the stands hit him with a sex toy.
Okay.
I was really hoping it was one of the ones with the suction cup on the end.
It just sticks to the fucking
His
helmet.
helmet. That'd be perfect.
It's a dildicorn.
The wide receiver pointed to the object as it sat in the end zone to have somebody come pick it up. But this is not the first time this has happened. This happens quite a bit when the Patriots and Bills play in Buffalo. Bills fans, for some reason, have a fascination with throwing dildos on the field.
Oh, okay.
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
But
It's
as
a
long
good
as
tradition.
it's nobody gets hurt by it. I just
Yeah, as long as no one's like
yeah.
wetting it in blood and then throwing it at them. Or something fucked up, you know. Depends how used the sex toy is.
Guys, suction cups on the end. Aim right. Get it on the helmet. Let's get those pictures on the internet.
So
The NFL would try
I
to
do
take that
not-
shit down so
I
fast.
do not endorse this.
last bit of funny
This is not financial advice.
story. The Bills and the Patriots played, and it was, I think at one point they said it felt like it was -10 outside.
I do remember hearing about that too.
So Bart Scott, who used to play football for the Jets, gave some advice to Josh Allen, the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills. And his suggestion was that he take Viagra before the game because it helps improve circulation, so it'll keep him warmer throughout the game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Viagra has...
Other effects.
Well, no, Viagra has come back and said Viagra or Revatio, both of which contain... Not going to pronounce that word. Contain a drug that is an active ingredient, should only be used in the approved indications and always under the supervision of a physician. Bart Scott's not wrong. I mean, it does improve circulation in your body,
Yeah.
so I would think that it would work. I think Viagra has to come out with this statement and say, only use this if prescribed by a doctor. But, shit, we're going to have to get someone to try that one of these winter days, I think.
See if we're a little warmer.
Yeah. We'll go have you make some snow angels and see how quick you warm up afterwards.
Yeah, on your back.
Yeah.
No, you gotta go.
That way you don't drill into the ground.
I'll go old. I'm not volunteering for this, but if it was me who got the short straw, I would dress like I used to in North Dakota with my shorts, sandals, and t-shirt. See if that still works.
Be funny.
Last thing we got, that was my big stuff. A lot of funny stuff this week that came out from the playoff games. But we do have the WWE Royal Rumble coming up.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Oh, don't. Damn it, I won't play that game so...
It's actually a week away. Yeah, fuck it. We'll do a couple picks, see if anything gets added. WWE Champion Brock Lesnar is going to be facing off against Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship.
Bobby.
Brock
I gotta go Bobby.
Lesnar.
Fuck Brock Lesnar.
Thank you.
Versus who?
Brock versus Bobby.
Bobby Lashley.
Bobby.
You're gonna go with Brock, aren't you?
I don't know. I'm torn. So apparently Brock Lesnar might come into the Royal Rumble at some point. So there is a chance that he fights Bobby Lashley earlier in the night, loses the title, shows up at the Royal Rumble at the end of the night, ends up winning, and then gets to fight Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. So they get to have their match again. Kind of hope that's not the route they go. I kind of just hope that Brock keeps the title. So I'm going to go Brock, but I could definitely see that happen. Universal Champion Roman Reigns is taking on Seth Rollins
Roman Reigns.
for the Universal Championship.
Yeah. Roman's my bro. So
Your bro.
my bro.
You guys hang out all the time.
We do.
Roman versus Seth Rollins.
Reigns.
It's the
I'm
battle.
also going Roman. I think that this should be I think this has potential to be the best match of the night.
2/3 of the Shield coming together to kick some ass.
But I don't think you take the belt off Reigns yet. I think it's gotta be a bigger thing.
Yeah. Better be anyway.
Edge and his wife Beth Phoenix are going to wrestle The Miz and his wife Maurice.
Edge.
Miz. The new Johnny Cage.
Ryan Reynolds. He's not in this match.
I'm also going Edge. I'm not a huge fan of mixed tag matches in WWE. I think it's always awkward because if one person, it's not like a normal tag match where you just tag somebody in and then they come in. If in this match, if Miz tags in Maurice, that means that Beth Phoenix, Edge's wife, has to come into the match, and it just kind of makes for a clunky kind of thing. I think that I think when you're getting Miz versus Edge, I think that'll be fun. I think Beth versus Maurice will be fun, but I think overall the match will be clunky. I think that Edge wins. Becky Lynch versus Doudrop, and I'm guessing none of you know who Doudrop is.
Is it the new Gold Dust?
No.
Damn it.
Doudrop.
I'm gonna go Becky.
Like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go Becky, but let me just. I want to look up this
I'm sure it's
Doudrop.
not a Dow drop.
Nope, it's Doudrop. Trust me, I watch a lot of wrestling.
He does. You hear food through the floors. Yeah, Becky Lynch.
I'll go Dewdrop. Fuck it.
I'm gonna go Becky.
I get the points on the ones you all bunch up on.
It's true. Then we have the 2 Royal Rumble matches. We don't have a lot of people announced. I think I talked about this a little bit last week with this whole Forbidden Door thing. WWE has a female wrestler coming into the Women's Royal Rumble who used to be a member of the WWE back in the day.
Rey Mysterio.
Let me see if and that's Mickie James. She is currently a champion for another wrestling promotion. This is something we've never seen before in wrestling history that I can remember for WWE. So this has opened a lot of questions about other wrestling from other wrestlers from other promotions potentially coming in and surprising fans, which I think would be incredibly awesome and cool to see. That's the best part about the Royal Rumble for me is there's always this surprise factor behind it. I don't think we're going to pick winners really for the Royal Rumble. If you want to if you know a random guy wrestler you think might win it, just throw it out there. Because I don't need to go through everybody that's going to wrestle it. Here's
Mysterio.
He is the cover athlete of WWE.
That's the
2K.
only reason I think they might want to promote him.
I want to go with Big E.
Big E.
See,
This is just who's announced more. There's going to be more. You're not going to go with Johnny Knoxville?
no. He's going to be tossed out of the ring as fast as he goes.
I think he's going to get one person out.
Yeah, he is.
See, I don't see Brock Lesnar
I have
there
no
yet.
clue. I don't know who half these people are. I
Just go
got Johnny
Sheamus.
Knoxville. I see Sheamus and I see Rey Mysterio.
Kofi Kingston.
Kofi. Thank you.
AJ Styles. Kevin
Man,
Owens.
they look fucking way different.
See,
I need to watch more. I'll go.
You said more might be announced. And then,
More definitely will, because this is 1, 2,
I'll go
3,
Kofi.
4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's only 15. There's
Okay.
30, so they're gonna be 15 more.
All right, so if Brock Lesnar does go in there, I could see it going one of two ways. One, he's in there the whole time. He throws everyone out because he's a fucking beast, and I hate him.
Yeah, we've seen that. We've already seen that.
Yeah.
We've already seen that play out in a
We
row.
don't need-
Or number two, he gets thrown out by surprise by somebody who looked like they were out, but now he's thrown out and he's doing
God damn it.
on his ass, just sitting there on the floor. Because that's his surprise fit.
I'm gonna go with the one man band.
Alright.
He's not announced yet.
Okay. He's Slater for Aaron. All right.
He's dead.
Doink.
On
I-
cocaine.
I went with Brock in the match with Bobby Lashley. So if that ends up happening, I don't think he wins the Royal Rumble. I think that is overkill. They just re-signed Kevin Owens to a new deal, and I think potentially that could lead to a championship push for Kevin Owens at some point. But we just saw Kevin Owens fight Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble last year. So this is hard. I realistically think that it's going to be something that's not announced yet. I don't think that anybody that I'm looking at here, outside of maybe Big E, has a real shot. And I don't know if Big E wins just because he just lost the title last month at the last pay-per-view.
Dude, Rey Mysterio's eyes are like boring into my soul.
Yeah,
He's
they're
like, buy my new game.
We will.
sorry, I had to.
That
Like,
might be a
I just
wrestling
keep
game,
looking and
actually.
like that's all I can see. It's like a fucking like those paintings where the eyes follow you.
there's so many crazy opportunities that can happen, and realistically, nothing's gonna happen. That's the WWE way of doing things. They're gonna make you think that this surprise person's gonna come in. They might even tease music for this person. I don't think anybody's surprise comes in from another wrestling promotion. But it would be cool. I mean, you think about it, you could bring Bray Wyatt back. I mean, he's not attached to a wrestling promotion, so that would be easy. If you have opened this forbidden door, as people keep calling it, and you're in talks with a lot of different wrestling promotions, AEW would be crazy. Dean Ambrose could come back. He's now known as Jon Moxley. He is back at AEW after missing the last 6 months. We talked about that on the podcast due to being in rehab. Still acts wild. He acts the exact same.
He's still drunk.
It's
Hasn't worn off
crazy.
yet.
I mean, we could see that potentially. I think that would be fun. Chris Jericho used to wrestle for WWE. He's in AEW now. CM Punk, that'd be like a dream scenario if CM Punk came back. I think
I'm still holding out hope for like
Logan
John
Paul.
Cena or The Rock just to make a guest appearance.
I'm gonna go with The Rock. I don't know if he's gonna be there. I don't know if he makes an appearance, but I know that they've wanted to have this feud of The Rock against Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns thinks he's like the leader of his house, and him and Roman are related distantly, cousins. I think that would be a lot of fun. Again, don't know if... I mean, The Rock's probably filming the movie. The Rock probably doesn't have any time. He probably doesn't show up.
I mean, yeah, I think that he's still currently working on not Shazam, Black Adam.
Black Adam. So that might not even be a possibility. I think that's the most fun option. So that's what I'm going to go with. I would love to see The Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I think that would be so cool.
I bring that up because I think John Cena's been doing the rounds for his new show Peacemaker, which is a spinoff from the Suicide Squad, and I've heard him say that he's not done with the WWE. Like they're talking about his next appearance and stuff. So I'm hoping it's soon because I am a big fan of him.
Yeah. I don't know what route you go if John comes back and wins, because John and Roman fought, God, was that SummerSlam last year? And John lost. I guess I could see a possibility where maybe Brock thinks he's won. John Cena comes out, throws him over the top rope, and we get John Cena versus Bobby Lashley. I think that could be really fun. Maybe we see... I don't think that he wins it, but maybe we see Stone Cold come back. That would be super cool.
Always cool. Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's what I love about the Royal Rumble. Drew Carey was in the Royal Rumble one time, and he was having a good time, and then Kane came out. This was back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Kane comes out, and Drew Carey's in the ring just watching him. And he gets close to the ring, and Drew Carey just hops over the top rope and eliminates himself because he didn't want to deal with Kane. It was hilarious.
See, we keep thinking of these scenarios, but it keeps bringing to mind that one WrestleMania where they had, I think it was Hulk Hogan come out on stage and be like, "This is the first of many WrestleMania moments." Not another fucking WrestleMania moment that night.
Yeah, he didn't show up again that night.
No one showed up. It was just the fights.
Yeah.
Like, they were making all this big deal about like all these moments that they were teasing, everything that was going to happen. They had like a stage for the WrestleMania moments.
What was it? I know I talked about it on the podcast. One of the last pay-per-views where they kept teasing. Was it The Rock?
It was The Rock.
Yeah,
And
for
it was
the-
very
For Red
disappointing.
Notice, when Red Notice came out. And
Because they wouldn't shut up about The Rock.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, is he going to show up? No.
he doesn't even make a cameo.
No,
Like,
he's
he
on
did-
the other side of the world
Yeah.
doing promotions for Red Notice.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Now on the other side,
15.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 female superstars have been announced. I think that
Paige.
I've heard that. Actually, I've heard a lot about her maybe making her return at the Royal Rumble, which would be
Yeah, that'd be
fucking
So
awesome.
what day is the Royal Rumble?
Saturday, January 29th.
Alright.
So next
But
Saturday.
yeah, we're going to have to watch it live.
Yeah.
Do a live episode.
The Royal Rumble matches, while they are fun and it's cool and you get to see, like last year Edge came back at fucking crazy. They're kind of clunky and I mean it's not like you're watching great wrestling. All you're watching is people throw other people over the top rope. You're not seeing.
Yeah, it's kind of a mess.
Yeah. But it'll be fun. Both the Bella twins are back for the Royal Rumble. Yeah, I've heard things about Paige. I think that would be fucking wild if Paige came back.
So those emo girls.
If I had to go with a winner right now,
It's Paige.
Naomi, maybe. I like Naomi a lot. I think that she deserves a title. She's one of the best women wrestlers out there, in my opinion. And she doesn't get the opportunities that she deserves in the WWE, so this is an opportunity to push her. But, I mean, it could go anyway. I mean, I could see one of the Bella twins winning. I could see... Actually, I couldn't see Mickie James winning. That's about it. She works for another promotion. I don't think she's going to be at WrestleMania as well. I think this is just for marketing. But, yeah, Paige would be dope.
That would be dope.
There's so many... I love... This is the best time of year for wrestling for WWE. You got Royal Rumble, you got one other pay-per-view, usually Fastlane, and then it goes right into WrestleMania. So this is like the best 3-month stretch of wrestling, in my opinion. So we'll talk a little bit more about this next week. We'll check to see if any other matches have been added or any other participants have been announced. But should be super fun, so we'll watch that next Saturday. I think that's about it.
Yeah. I don't think else.
If you want to hit people up on socials, you can hit up Zach and Gavin. Gavin?
XXPoopity on gaming platforms, and then on TikTok and Twitch, I am Boopity Games. I'm trying to rebrand. I have no fucking clue what to do with it, though.
And Zach.
Film Beast on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Love to talk movies with you guys.
No, he wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
He hasn't even seen the Goonies.
Until next week.
For the rest of us, obviously, you can hit us up on here. We are also on TikTok. We will start putting out more TikToks. But the Split Screeners podcast, please give us a follow on there. Also on Twitter, SplitScreeners_. You can hit us up on any of those. If you want to start a conversation, we all have access to them, so we'll all talk to you about stuff and would love to start interacting with people. We're trying to smash through a barrier because we have a giveaway at 50 subscribers.
Yeah.
So hit that subscribe button. You like, comment, hit the bell, turn notifications on.
I was like,
Smash the like
and
button.
I'll tell you what one of the giveaways might be. Zach graciously is donating his Carnage Pop. I'm joking.
Maybe the 50
Not happening.
50 subscriber bonus is